Good evening, everyone. Yes. Good evening. I'm so excited. I can't even talk. Yay. My name is Jaquise Moore. I am the host of this awesome page, Learning with Jasmine. For those who do not know, my daughter has autism, and this is a safe place, you guys. We are talking about autism awareness, community support, and parent strategies. And today, it's not really talking about autism awareness, but it's definitely talking about how dancing has actually have a major impact on my daughter Jasmine's life. And today, super excited because, and Jasmine is too, by the way, at the end, we're going to see why we're super excited. I have invited Jasmine's dance teacher to come on and we are going to get started. But first, I want to ask her to introduce herself and her profession.
Yes, hello guys. Thanks for having me, and thanks for having me, Jaquise.
Yes.
So my name is Tanesha Patrick. I live in North Carolina, and I am a dance instructor. I started my own business maybe about 2 years ago. It's called the Alternative Performing Arts. And I focus on teaching performing arts to children. And right now we're doing dance. And right now, because of COVID, we're doing dance online. And so that's really what I'm passionate about, what I do. I have a 9-to-5 job, that I do. But what I'm really passionate about is teaching kids dance and the performing arts. And so that's what I do.
Yes, and absolutely, you guys. I am I've actually posted Tanisha's program before, but I was like, so this month is talking about arts. This is talking about arts. This is talking about the abnormal part of teaching. So we're gonna have someone who has talking about IT. Sunday we talked about STEM. So the connection that goes along with the outside of just learning the general subjects or whatever. And so I've learned to tap into your child's life, whatever they are interested in, and whether if they're interested in music, try your best to, always have music around and always, see what else it can. So Jasmine is definitely a musical person. Jasmine, I was telling Tanisha before we started that I was like, oh, let me just watch a Netflix movie called Leap. Now, unfortunately, I don't think Leap is on Netflix right now. I think you maybe can find it on Amazon Prime or something like that. But Leap, I didn't know. I just knew it was a ballet type of story. And then ever since then, she was crying over some ballet. And I was like, oh my goodness. What have I started? Sort of thing.
It's a good thing.
It is a great thing. But before COVID, and we're definitely going to talk about your program a little bit later. But the simple fact that I could not find something that was fitting to my budget and also fitting to just having that time for her to, expand whatever that is, and I just didn't feel comfortable in certain programs. And so COVID-19 came along. I think I saw your ad on something. Someone posted something, or maybe you did. I'm not sure. But I reached out to you, and I think this is the third term that she's been on. Yeah, and oh my goodness, not only this is just the life in her has really blossomed, but I'm like, oh, well, she is a ballet student. She is definitely a ballet student. And you guys, we'll see that you will see that a little bit later on. So we're gonna dive into it because Jasmine was instructed to stay downstairs until I came to get her. She's excited, she's ready for this time. So we're gonna get started and just enjoy this moment. Okay, so please tell us your journey on how you became involved in ballet and tap, and any challenges that you have faced as an African-American woman, if you, or any games that you can tell us that can encourage someone else?
Sure. So I started dancing when I was very, very young. I think my parents put me in dance when I was around 4 years old. And just like you, my parents recognized that I love to dance. We would go to church on Sunday, and right when we got back from church, I would run upstairs. I would take off my church dress, and up underneath, back in the day, we used to have little crinoline slip up under. And so I thought that was a tutu. I'd run downstairs and have my little slip, and I was just twirling around. And my parents recognized that. They saw that in me, and they put me in dance. And I've been dancing ever since. And like you said, it's really important as parents that we tune in to what our children are interested in. And you'll see them blossom. You'll see them their personality even completely change, because now they're doing something that they're really interested in. And my parents, when I wasn't acting right, they would threaten to take dance from me or say, take me out of dance class. And I straightened up right quick, because that was what was really important to me. That's what I love to do. I stayed at the dance studio more than I spent time anywhere else, especially when I became older and in high school. I spent all of my days at the dance studio.
Okay, let me stop you right here. You know why I'm laughing, right? Remember that one time that Jasmine? Okay, for those those who are watching, you guys, that one time that Jazz was not. Oh my goodness, it was a hard tantrum day. It wasn't a meltdown day. It was a tantrum day. And those who don't know, the tantrum versus meltdown, tantrum is what a child wants, and versus the meltdown what they need, versus like a sensory part. And so she was just having her tantrum day. I call it now a tantrum day. And I had to say, no dance. Now I pay for it. I pay for it. But oh my goodness, she cried and cried and cried and cried. And then after that, I was telling Tanesha, I was like, sorry, girl, it was too much of a hassle. Like today we had to cancel. And she was like, what? So it's true. Like this girl, that's why I'm laughing. But that was the only time. It was the only time. Like if there is issue, I'd be like, okay, it's Thursday. You better straighten it up. And she'll straighten up really quickly. So I used to say, man, I wish there was dance every day. But
Me too.
But yeah, oh my goodness, like, and by the way, it's just the simple fact that she loves dance so much that she has a ballet. Remember, she has a ballet doll, and she called it Tanesha. That's how much she loves you, and I thank you for that. So anyway, that was a commercial break, you guys.
Well, thank you. But yeah, so I've just been dancing ever since. I did the hardcore competition dance. I danced in college at NC State. I moved to Orlando, Florida, and did some dancing there at Disney. And then I moved back to North Carolina. And I've started teaching dance at studios, and really just fell in love with the aspect of teaching. I love the performance part. I love being on stage. I love all of that. It's awesome, but it's just something more gratifying when you're able to teach what you now have to someone else, and just see their faces and see the confidence level that they have or that they gain when they learn how to dance, or watching them start not knowing how to do something, and then when they finally realize like they can actually do it. It's way better than being on stage, which I do love, but way better than that. And so that's pretty much like my dance journey. I'm still on my dance journey, and I'm just looking forward to the future. I have so many awesome ideas and plans, and I just can't wait to see.
I just hope that, even if we're going to go back to whatever we think is the normal back, I don't know what normal is after that. I just don't want you to, because I'm in Maryland, you're in North Carolina. There is no way that I'm just being, I don't know who else is like awesome like you, but I don't want to go to somebody else for her. She loves you, and I just want you to stay virtual. If, a virtual class.
Oh yeah.
What that looks like. I'm just going out there. I'm
definitely staying virtual. I mean, honestly, COVID has been terrible for all of us, but the blessing in COVID, there are blessings. And so I would say one of the blessings is that I decided to go virtual because I wasn't doing that before. I didn't really have to. I had my in-person students, but now going virtual, I've learned that there's a whole different world, a whole different dance community that I could reach. And it has its challenges, but it's great. And I think I'm definitely going to continue doing it even when I go back in person. I'm going to have my online students and I'm going to have my in-person students.
Awesome, because we were right. Oh my goodness, like seriously. And I'm just from a parent standpoint, like I remember the child, who basically had her legs turned in when she was born. I remember the child, by hearing the doctor say she will never crawl, never walk, never move around. I remember that doctor who told me that. And I said, the devil's a liar. And, basically she could not walk until like steadily, to the point that she's doing it on her own, without falling, because she had bruises, but because of falling. So I would be picking her up like a big child, picking her up because she was falling and she had bruises, whatever. So I would pick her up all the time and carry her all the time. I remember when she was like maybe almost 2, by the time she really started walking.
Wow.
And so the journey of this is, and I remember when she was in kindergarten, they said, oh, she has to have physical therapy, which she did. She needed physical therapy, but she will never run like the kids run. She will never do what the kids can do. So I remember maybe like first grade, I signed her up for gymnastics. Okay. And they were like, what is going on? And I didn't tell them what I was doing. I was like allowing her to have physical therapy at school and just, what she's doing this, she's doing that. And I'm like, yeah. And it didn't say a word about gymnastics. So then finally after a year, and then she's like, she's running like the kids because she has a gymnastics. And because I was praying. Right. In my village, And so the simple fact that I knew there was something to keep her engaged, but because gymnastics and all that stuff and COVID, I was like, okay, I need to find a way that she is still active. She's on a screen that, all this time, I need to find somewhere that she's active. And then because I now homeschool her and it's just me and her, it's not through a public school system, not through a private school system. She does not see any kids until church services and then, with you. So the simple fact that she called the kids that she don't know personally, but see them on the screen, her friends. So it's just a simple fact that you have created a community, like you were saying, how you can, impact other kids all across the world. And I thank you for that. I mean, this is just me on a mom saying it to her teacher, but thank you so much. And so any challenges would you like to, I know you were talking about like just COVID-19 or of course the internet, because sometimes it goes in and it comes out, that's what it is. I mean, that's just a normal challenges, but any challenges along the way that you face, would you like to express that?
Oh yeah. I've had challenges. I'm grateful. I didn't even know about Jasmine's physical challenges, and definitely I would never know unless you told me, because of how wonderfully she dances, how great of a student she is. You would never know. And so I think that that's awesome. It's the power of God. And I love how that teaches us that the world will put limits on us. The world will put limits on your kids, but don't accept that. Don't accept those limitations. We are beyond what the limitations that anybody tries to put on us. And so challenges that I've had, I would say when I was actually, when I was in middle school, I was diagnosed with scoliosis, which I still have, but they said that it was so severe that I would have to have surgery on my back and I wouldn't be able to dance the way that I was dancing because I was in high competition dance. So I wouldn't have the flexibility. I wouldn't be able to dance in that way. And so I even had to wear back brace all day. And so we're talking about the power of prayer because it's important that we talk about that. I'm a believer. And so
That's right.
he prayed over me, prayed over my back, prayed over my body. And I still
I can
have
never tell either,
scoliosis.
you know? I
I
can
still
never
have
tell either.
scoliosis, but it was significantly improved to the point where I didn't have to wear a back brace anymore. And I wasn't even considered for surgery anymore. And then, you know, so that was a miracle, and it wasn't something that I took as a limitation or I didn't accept it. I decided, okay, I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to put it in God's hands, and he fixed it for me. As a Black woman, I would have to say, though, it is difficult in the performing arts field, which I think that it's difficult in any field for women of color, for people of color. That's just the world that we live in. It is getting better, but that is a fact. And so I found that when auditioning for parts, auditioning for certain roles, they only have a certain number of Black people that they want on their cast most times, you know, unless it's a cast that's specifically Black people. There's only two, you know, maybe three that they're going to have on their cast. And so it's very, very competitive. And that is a challenge for people who want to go into performing arts, that you're just going to have to accept and know that that's what you're going to deal with. Of course, like I said, it's getting much better. And, but that's definitely a challenge. It was hard.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your testimony. I thank you for your strength. And what I heard was that when there's obstacles that come your way, don't give up.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Right.
You know, and as a mother, and I was like, okay, you said never. Okay. All right. Well, see, I have dyslexia. So, you know, I've heard those no's before, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm a fighter in me. There's a fighter in me, you know, and so I'm a double because I'm now a mother. And so it's definitely a challenge, but never give up. Okay. So we're going to tie into, please share any thoughts about any of your passion. Okay. I'm sorry, the words that just like, now I'm saying. Okay. So any thoughts about the drive and passion of going into ballet and tap? So, you know, when I say ballet and tap, because I thought, you know, I just pulled up, oh, she's a dance teacher. Okay. And then I realized, oh, you teaching ballet and tap? What? You know, type of thing. But whether it's a dance teacher itself or any other, and I really want to ask you some questions like when you start talking about your actual program, but any encouragement for that individual that's watching you right now, who is like, okay, I want to go into performing arts. Like, you know, what are the skills I have to have? What are obviously you have to go to school, have to be trained, but what else do you want to you know, educate and also and also encourage that person that's watching?
I would say just do it. Just do it. The beautiful thing about performing arts is that it's art. And so my art doesn't look like your art. And so just do it. It's self-expression. And so nobody can tell you how you feel. So what comes out is how you feel. And it's a beautiful thing, whether it's hard or whether it's soft, whether it's fast, whether it's slow, it's performing arts. So there's no, I mean, with ballet, there's right and wrong, of course, but when you're just expressing yourself through dance, there's no wrong way to do it, which that's what I love about it. Now, of course, yeah, if you want to go in professional dance, I would encourage you to be trained or to get some type of ballet training, especially ballet, because it's the foundation. It's gonna give you all the technique that you need. But just do it. Just do it. If you want to dance, dance. Just do it. Take a class, dance at home. There's so many options now.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. It makes you feel good. It makes me feel good. When I'm having a bad day, I just turn on some music and I dance.
I mean, a little hint. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, would you ever consider doing ballet for with adults? Just a little throw,
Yeah, I've actually I've
right.
asked me.
Or should I just go in the Zoom with Jasmine? I don't know.
Yeah, actually, starting in the new year, I'm considering adding some different things, some different programs. And so I have considered adult classes just because I've had some parents ask.
I'm trying to tell you. It's just a good way to just, I feel like, unwind, whatever it is, at least for the adults. It's a good way to unwind and just, stretch and relax and, just even have fun with it and create something that, some type of thing that you thought that was not even there. So yeah, and I used to do gymnastics back in the day. Until they said, I'm going to go in the high beam. And I was like, oh no, I'm not. I was like, no. And I literally quit.
Yeah.
I literally quit because I was scared of heights.
I
really, felt like but I just was scared of heights. But anyway, that was a little commercial break with that. And I was like, okay. But I'm glad that I'm glad I actually saw your post, whatever it was. I think I saw your post on Facebook and I was like, that sounds pretty good. And then ever since then we have connected. So please share us your information, your program. And also, by the way, once we are finished having a live session, if you can comment on Facebook on the comments below and give also the information, the website and your contact information. Just letting you know, commercial break, you guys. After Tanesha have told us about her program, usually I don't do this, but because it's a special presentation afterwards, I have to go get my little one, Jasmine, who's not really little, but my child, Jasmine, and she will be performing live with Tanesha. I literally yesterday morning, I was like, oh, I have a great idea. Yeah. And so I'm so happy that I actually expressed to you guys, and also the confidence of Jasmine has grown. I remember the very first time she was in your class to now, she has come a long way. And so I really want to thank you for your program. So please tell us about your program.
Okay, yeah. So I'm teaching only online because of everything that's happening. So I'm teaching online. I teach combo classes. So I teach a ballet and tap class, which that's what Jasmine is a part of, the ballet and tap combo class. And that class has 3-year-olds to 8-year-olds. And that's the range, or general range. Of course, anybody can really join if they want to. And then I teach a jazz and ballet combo class. And then I also teach a jazz and hip hop class online. And so I decided to go with the combo classes just because it keeps kids engaged. Doing 45 minutes of the same dance type could get a little boring, or they're children, so
variety of things too.
Right, they're children, so we got to keep it fresh, we got to keep it popping. So I do combo classes, which has turned out to be great because on top of keeping them engaged, they get to learn 2 different dance styles in one class. And so that's been going great. We have a lot of fun. We play games, jump around, stretch, learn skills, all of that. Also, I feel like I have an affordable price, which I did that on purpose. They're only $8 a class. And I did that on purpose.
I'm trying to tell you. I just said I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say, and I usually don't let people tell them your price, but you can do it whenever you want to. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, you guys. I have researched because since she watched Leap, oh my goodness, I'm like, girl, you about to turn around in the air, like what in the world, And one day she was doing gymnastics and ballet together. I'm like, what? Like what is going on? But I researched, and it was like classes were shorter than what you give, and it was like $700. I'm like, what? No. And so she was crying, and then I was like, girl, I'm so sorry. Gymnastics is over. I can't do anything about it. It's COVID-19. And then that's a reality. And then that's when you showed up. So I just thank you. I'm trying to tell you. And that's usually what it is, $700 to $1,000, maybe for like a 5-6 week class. So just let you know that parents.
It's a lot. Yeah, I was fortunate enough that my parents were able to invest a lot of money into my dance training. But I also watched them sacrifice a lot so that I could dance. Mm-hmm. And I know that there are so many talented kids out there who just can't afford that. That's a lot of money to be putting into dance. When we out here trying to pay rent, we're trying to pay car payments, we're trying to do all this other stuff to live and get by. But they should be able to have classes. And I'll tell you that the name, The Alternative, it came from a whole experience. But I was able, when I first moved back to North Carolina, I was able to teach classes to a large number of homeless kids. And so they just teaching classes, teaching dance to them. I would meet with them multiple times in the week. And I formed a dance team with homeless kids in North Carolina. And it was just, and the group was called The Alternative. And so they didn't have money to give, but I saw how talented they were and how much just natural ability they have. And it made me sad that these kids more than likely will never get classical or deep training in dance because of how much it actually costs. And so that's what has motivated me to make sure that my classes are affordable for the majority of people. It doesn't matter what kind of family you come from or how much your parents make. I want to make sure that it's affordable. And also one of my goals within the next into 2021 is to formulate a scholarship program for those students who can't even afford $8 a class. That's my next goal, is to make a scholarship program so that kids who can't afford it at all will have free classes.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, you guys. This is definitely, and it wasn't like, oh my goodness, oh yeah, it's just the energy, and you'll see Tanesha and Jasmine. It's just the energy that she brings to the dance class, and even just having a talk or a chat or a text, throughout the week, and I remember when she texts, you guys, you always text us and say, when class starts again, and you can't wait. And I mean, was it like 2 weeks ago, your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
And she was just so excited. And I remember when you told her happy birthday to her. It's just the connection that that I'm hearing. And wow, just even having the name from the group that you inspired, definitely. That is something that, and I used to volunteer at a homeless department through Health and Human Services, and just hearing the stories and individual coming in, and just like, I definitely know, and that is for those who really know me, know that every weather I'm thinking about a homeless individual, because every time it is raining, snowing, cold, hot, in the daytime or nighttime, they are sleeping, on the streets. So to even have this opportunity to, start that creativity, if need be, or starting that, having that inspiration, definitely you were touched. I know that you were touched, and I know they were touched, definitely, because just the simple fact that it's all about community. And so, anything else you would like to talk to us about before we get our performing?
No, just, like I said, if you want to do something, just do it. Just do it. Put your everything into it and do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't.
Exactly. And I always want, and I've been saying this lately, that thing that you are thinking about right now, that thing will help will help someone else. That they are waiting for you. Mm-hmm. They are waiting for you. And so I just want to thank you, Tanesha. Okay, so here's a commercial break. I have to run. We're going to stay on. We're going to run, and I'm going to get Jasmine, and then she's going to come on, and you guys can do her dance.
I paused my video.
Unmute yourself.
Jasmine.
Hi. All right. So this is Jasmine, you guys, and I'm gonna cue up the music, and then Jasmine and Tanesha will dance.
Yay! Are you ready to dance, Jasmine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna mute her.
Okay. All right, girl, we're going to do the Hallelujah ballet dance, okay? You can give me a thumbs up. Okay.
All right, you guys. So here we go. Tanesha, can you mute yourself? Okay, thank you. All right, so here we go.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composes hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You say I took the name in vain. I don't even know the name, but if I did, well, really, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter what you heard. The holy or the broken, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth.
Yay! I could not stop crying because I'm so proud of you, Jasmine. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to come over there, okay? Wait.
You did great. Awesome.
I'm so proud of you, Jasmine. Yay! Thank you, Tanesha. All right, you guys. So, oh my gosh, I can't stop crying because I'm so proud of her. You know, I told y'all the story, and every single time when I see this, I cry because I know how much, you know, she has gained. And so, you guys, this is what it's all about. It's about community support. It's about building our children up. And so this is definitely a different twist to Learning with Jasmine, you know, and I'm so happy that I say hi to everyone. The house is actually watching you. You know that? And she is my biggest one fan. She watches Learning with Jasmine every single day. She says, Mommy, it's you know. But I want to thank you, Tanesha, for your time. And your energy is awesome. Thank you so much. So again, you guys, this is what it's all about. Just supporting you can go if you want to. Just supporting one another. And so, again, what I heard was, don't give up. Don't give up. Whenever, and I think she went in the other room. Yes. Don't touch the computer, Jasmine. Okay, so anyway, don't give up, you guys, and just do your thing. Just do it. You know, whatever it is, just do it. They're being silly now. But anyway, you guys, until next time, this is just Peace More, and I'm signing out. Tanesha, if you can definitely put down on the comments below on Facebook your information again, I really do appreciate that. All right, until then, you guys, bye-bye.